saying if I don't have a camera,
Correct.
this is open to me. It's publicly accessible as long as I don't bring in my camera.
Correct.
Okay, you understand? You can't do that? It's like telling me I can't come in if I wear a cross.
So let's dispense with the formalities. You're here because you're YouTube trolls who get clicks and comments from followers.
You're the town manager?
Are getting us
You're the
to
town
say
manager?
things that are negative.
You're an idiot,
And that's
bro.
why you're here.
You're an idiot. I
you
called
do.
you an
You come out
idiot
here
today.
Do you
A
watch
public
YouTube?
forum.
Sometimes.
These are the First Amendment trolls that
Trolls,
come in
yeah.
and cause disturbances in town halls to get people to say mean things. He came over here because another employee referred to them as fools, and then he just called me an idiot. So.
Well, what did you call me
And
first?
I didn't call you anything.
You did. You came out and you said that
No,
we're First Amendment
go back.
trolls.
Trolls.
Have you ever seen anything like that before? Like you can't, it's open to the public. You just can't come in because you're practicing your civil rights.
Yeah, no.
By the way, I understand it's policy that if you'd like to change
Could you identify yourself,
good
please?
citizen. You want to change it from 3 minutes to 2 minutes?
Your
You need a
name.
name and
I don't
address.
have to violate my Fourth Amendment right to accuse you, but if you want to change it from 3 minutes to 2 minutes, you're going to have a second, and then you can have a discussion on it, but right now it stands as 3. I'll continue, thank you. I won't be interrupted, I reclaim my time.
Could you identify yourself for the
Good
record, please?
citizen, good citizen, thank you.
What's your address?
None of your business. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of their grievances. Everyone respected here in Ipswich, except free speech and free press. We stand at a dangerous precipice where a town manager is the self-appointed arbiter of what freedoms guaranteed by the Constitution we the people can practice. 300 years ago, we called the man that violated, oppressed, and made illegal laws king. Today, we call him Stephen Crane. If by the end of this meeting, those signs are not removed, you're on notice. We spoke to your select person, you're on notice. You will be sued, town will be sued, and you're gonna put the taxpayers in an awful position because you wanted to say this. If I don't have a camera, this is open to me. It's publicly accessible as long as I don't bring in my camera. Okay, you understand? You can't do that. It's like telling me I can't come in if I wear a cross. Shoes. The signs go down and your job goes down. And that's the end of the story. You're on notice. Have we met before? I think we did. About 2 years ago. I was in here filming.
Oh, maybe.
I think, yeah.
I don't think I met anybody.
I think you remember. No, you did. Yeah, my friend had a beard, and you grabbed him you were like trying to guide him up by the elbow, and I was like, "Oh no, just don't touch him."
Oh, no, that was probably somebody else.
Somebody else. Else.
Okay, just don't film.
Well, no, like that's what we're doing. We're documenting our visit
Just
today.
Don't point your thing at me. Unfortunately. You know that,
Don't touch him. Don't
Oh my
touch
God,
him. Don't
please
touch
don't.
him.
I'm making a request of you.
That's okay.
I'm literally making a request.
Don't touch him. That's
Unfortunately. You know that,
Don't touch him. Don't.
Unfortunately. You know that.
Don't touch him. Don't. Because that could
Okay.
be.
We're in public.
You're
That's
making
not
me
great.
really uncomfortable because I made a request for you to not film me.
We had to go to the town hall to follow up on a records request based on the poor behavior from the librarians just minutes before.
Hi, I'm sorry, what are you up to?
I'm recording you.
Why?
Huh?
Can I ask why?
Well, you can ask. I really don't feel like answering any questions today. Thank you, though.
So you can't record this because this is patron information and that's a violation of privacy?
So, I mean,
But you can check with our director.
we're in public.
Okay.
That is a public viewable computer screen. So, if you'd like to create privacy, like you can create privacy. It's not on me to create your privacy. Yeah, what do you got going on there, Alexander? Oh, you're filming us.
Yeah, I'm gonna film you now.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so here's what I'd like to do now. This is an official notice of cease and desist for the destruction, removal, or deletion of that photograph or video. Looks like a video, because that is now public record, and I can get a copy of that.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Yep.
You did.
Yep.
So you knew that. You didn't know that.
Yep. And it's
Public
being
is
deleted
permanent.
now.
You
can't delete it.
It's public
no,
record.
you can't delete it. Let me
You'll
see.
get yourself in trouble, ma'am.
You can't do that.
Know this.
No, don't delete it yourself.
Right.
I can. First Amendment fools, you said?
Whoops.
She called us First Amendment fools.
Maybe you should read the Constitution, man. You need to go into this.
The idiot librarian called us the Constitution fools.
He's feeling.
An extremely important part of First Amendments are follow-ups, especially if the first visit's a fail. So we went back over a year later and started at the library. One librarian's telling us it's illegal to film, while her boss is calling us constitutional fools. Then the other librarian starts taking our picture, and when she's on notice that it's going to be used as part of a records request, she scurries to try and destroy the evidence. But it makes sense why the behavior was so bad the first time, and even worse the second time around. We head over to the town hall to get answers, and we're greeted by the same person who had assaulted us a year prior with no consequences. And then the town manager comes out immediately telling us it's illegal to film. In fact, with no mass general law or statute whatsoever, he refers to a sign on the door that says, due to privacy, only the hallways are open to the public. The secretary says that it's open to the public, and he eventually comes around and just flat out says, this office is open to the public. In fact, the public is welcome all day. In fact, I, as a member of the public, am welcome, as long as I give up my rights and leave my camera at the door. No law or policy can be made that abridges the United States Constitution or is contrary to the Constitution. Now, we all know this. This guy's screwed up. And a lot of town managers and town facilities across the nation are putting up signs, but these folks will learn, just like the NYPD learned, that unlawful signs come down. I don't use that example lightly, but it's like telling me I can't come in because of my religion or the color of my skin. You cannot violate somebody's civil rights and prohibit them from getting public service because they're engaging in a constitutionally protected activity. And please keep in mind, the town hall can absolutely put up signs that say employee access only or restricted area authorized access. And that happens quite frequently. That was not the case in this instance. What he did is he put up a sign saying that only the hallways are public because he wanted to keep a long-standing safeguard should First Amendment rights activists ever return to his town hall, so that way he can try and restrict the accountability that we would place on him. In fact, in a lot of town halls, you do business from the hallways. But they'll have windows, ways to access services from behind those doors. This town hall doesn't have that, because those areas aren't meant to be private. As every single one of these employees will tell you, they are public, unless you have a camera. It was so bad, we actually went to the police station just after the visit at the town hall, and we spoke to a lieutenant there. We explained the situation, and we even let him see the video. I wanted to know if he'd ever seen anything like this before, where a town official says that you can't come in a public office if you have a camera. You're allowed to come in this public office all day. In fact, it is a public office, unless you decide you want to exercise your rights. And even the cop said he's never seen anything like this. Well, Ipswich is kind of out there, as you'll see in this video, which includes the audit at the town hall, our follow-up visit immediately to the police department, and then tonight, our visit to speak at the select board. They're on notice, they will be sued, and that's the reason I stopped you today. So just mistreated at the library, and guys, this is actually the Ipswich Town Hall in Ipswich, Massachusetts. You'll remember the Ipswich Town Hall because of this. Yeah, so last time we were here, lady wanted to go hands-on. And she didn't want to go hands-on, she did. Due to the presence of confidential information on the spaces. What? Wow. Oh, I come in? Of course. Oh, perfect. I saw the sign on the door. I wasn't sure what it meant. Oh, okay. Oh, great. Thanks. I'm sorry, I kind of slammed.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, I think the town manager got a call from the library, so she had to come over and follow up with him about some behavior.
Just gonna leave a message real quick.
Yeah, do your thing. No worries.
Hi Jim, it's Leah. I wanted to see if you wanted to change your department update meeting. The select board one. The select board is going to be meeting on Monday, November 20th. It had originally swapped those dates because of Whittier, but Whittier. Hi Jay. Quick question for you. So I know you're scheduled for the 27th of November for a select board meeting date, like the budget date. So originally they changed those meeting dates because Whittier was going to come present, and Whittier's not going to present now. So the select board will in fact have a meeting on Monday, November 20th. And I'm just reaching out to see if you would like to provide your update on that date, but you're welcome to stay on the 27th. I know that Brendan Conboy will be at the meeting on the 27th. Yeah, yeah. Still cold out?
It's
Oh, it's getting better.
it's warm.
So it's not bad.
It's warm. Have we met before?
I don't know.
I think we did. About 2 years ago. I was in here filming.
Oh, maybe.
I think, yeah.
I don't think I met anybody.
I think you remember. No, you did. Yeah, my friend had a beard, and you grabbed him you were like trying to guide him up by the elbow, and I was like, "Oh no, just don't touch him."
Oh, no, that was probably somebody else.
Somebody
I
else.
never touched anybody by the elbow.
Okay, when somebody else. I know I met somebody up here. Hello, how's it going?
Is that recording?
Huh?
Is that recording?
Yeah.
Not in here, it's not.
Yeah, she invited us in. She created
But look at the door.
Yeah, no, I saw it, and then she invited us in.
Yeah,
I knocked, and I said the sign says we can't come in. She let us in.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you can record in here.
Of course, she created a public forum.
No, she did not create a public forum.
Do you understand that? Like, so I think you guys have KP Law as a corporation counsel, right?
We don't.
Okay, well,
You're not recording here. Just go back.
you
we
should
can go talk in the hallway.
you
Let's go
should
talk in the
check
hallway.
your legal provider. I mean, it is a public space. Your sign doesn't make it not a public space.
It does.
No, because she invited us in. It's a public forum.
Doesn't mean that she
Public
was invited.
forum.
You don't know what you're talking about, dude. Come on out.
Listen,
can film out here.
don't cop attitude with me. I'm here because you had another employee cop attitude with
No,
me.
you came in with an attitude and you
No, I
got it
didn't.
back, and
I
that's
was
why you're
no.
here.
I was super nice to her.
So let's dispense with the formalities. You're here because you're YouTube trolls who get clicks and comments from followers.
You're the town
for
manager?
getting us
You're the
to
town
say
manager?
things that are negative.
You're an idiot,
and that's
bro.
why you're here.
You're an
It's
idiot.
the first thing that
I called
do.
you an
Come
idiot.
out here being an a-hole, and you just explain to us why we're
Come
here.
on, come on.
You don't make no sense, sir.
See, due to the presence of confidential information, only hallways and meeting rooms are public.
Yeah, then she invited us in.
That doesn't make it a public space.
When you so the
This sign doesn't
definition
make it a private space.
the definition of public forum and limited public forum is if you have it marked off as authorized personnel only, or personnel access, employee access only, or privately not accessible to the public, then it is a limited public to non-public forum. But if you invite a member of the public in to that limited public forum, it has now been converted as to a public
What case
space.
is that?
Oh, you should ask your corporation
Oh,
counsel.
You're citing it. What
You're the
case is
ones that gave us that information.
it? So, I don't. That's not consistent with my understanding of the law.
Well, your information's wrong.
Okay, so what's the case law you're talking about?
I'm gonna have to look up. I could just make something up and lie to you, but I did a 2-hour seminar actually where only town managers are invited in. One of them being Arlington, and the major purpose of that was because we went in to an area that was limited public forum, accessible to employees only, and we had been invited in. So when we were invited in, that designated it
Do you
a
watch
public
YouTube at all?
forum.
Sometimes.
These are the First Amendment trolls that
Trolls,
come in
yeah.
and cause disturbances in town halls to get people to say mean things. He came over here because another employee referred to them as fools, and then he just called me an idiot. So.
Well, what did you call me
And
first?
I didn't call you anything.
You did. You came out and you said that
No,
we're First Amendment
go back.
trolls.
Trolls.
You
right.
walked out of your office with an attitude. We were never rude to her. We were very nice to her.
No, I understand, but you were still recording, and when I said you can't record in here, you said
I don't
you
have to
argued with
listen
me.
to you telling me I can't record in a public space. I knocked. Did I not knock, miss, before I came in? And I said, oh, I'm taking a picture of your sign out here. So
Do you
she
need
knew I had a
help with
camera.
something?
Oh, she doesn't even work here. You're just
So-
dragging her
so
into
get
you
out of the
being
way so
serious.
she can go in and get service, please.
Yeah, we won't block an egress. Go ahead. Don't be tough with me.
Yeah.
I don't know who you think you are.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, I'm done.
It's good
We'll
to
see you
see
later. And you're not coming in here with those on.
You're not gonna block me, so
I'm asking you to leave now.
What's your name?
you can't trespass us
asking
in
you to leave
public,
now.
man. What do you want me to leave the office? I'm not in. You're an
the
idiot.
office. Here.
Yeah, the office. I'm not in.
Sure, there you go. You too.
See, not in the office.
Okay, thanks.
What a moron.
He is a moron.
Yeah. What an idiot. That's the town manager.
Did you see the way he came out? Bro, he came out
All
with
tough.
a big attitude.
Yeah.
YouTube troll, as he called us. To get.
So
My God.
so she
But
said.
he came out with the attitude.
Yeah.
But we never gave an attitude whatsoever.
She
We never
said
even
that she
sent a
has
picture.
not been filmed before. So let me. I have a feeling that I'm gonna get this pretty quickly. Oh, right here. That's her. That's her right there. So she said she's never been filmed before. Let's see what this is. She said she never touched anybody. I could be wrong.
He tells me every day.
That's her.
Well, no, like that's what we're doing. We're documenting our visit
Oh,
today.
that's her.
Yeah, watch. She grabs him.
It's just more lies, more lies.
Don't touch him. Don't touch him. Don't touch him.
I'm making a request of you.
That's okay.
We're in public.
Don't touch him. That's because that could be.
We're in public.
You're making me really uncomfortable.
So that was her.
Yeah.
That was her.
Come on, please, thank you.
Yeah, I got a question.
Yep.
What's your name, young lady?
Gail.
Gail, very nice to meet you. Your town manager, what's his name?
Stephen Crane.
How long has he been the town manager?
2 years, I believe.
Okay. He's a real jerk.
Oh.
POS is what he is. So, I mean, have you...
Sorry.
I'm trying to figure out a way. You're very nice. So I'm trying to figure out a way to say this where it wouldn't be uncomfortable for you, but we can still get what we need to get done. Because I'm trying to
What are you trying to do?
So I need to speak to HR.
There he is. He just popped out of his door to look down.
Steven, come on over, bud. Pussy. He's just a real POS. So I would like to see what I can do. Could you tell me when the next town council meeting is?
I'd have to look online. I'm not sure. You're talking about the Board of Select meeting?
Yeah. Because I'd like to go to that.
Let me see if I can find out.
Thank you very much, Gail.
You see him pop his head out and go back in the door. Man, he's a real winner, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Town manager. I wonder how his house is managed.
What's up, man?
Town accountant.
So how this works, guys, is they're designating this a limited public forum, restricted access, right? So technically, legally, we can't go inside. However, when we're invited into said limited public forum, that limited public forum has now been converted to a public forum. It's fair game. And I didn't know the case law like off the top of my head. So I could have just made something up, but I don't do that. That was her. She is the person that put her hands on us. Not good. Oh, no sign on this door. I wonder what the town manager's doing. Wonder if he's acting a fool in his office. Punk. Dude's a straight punk.
He sure is, dude. He shouldn't be in power, that's for sure.
So we'll see if she can get that information for us. Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, you wanna pose?
What is this all about, may I ask?
We're doing a story.
A what story?
Do you work here?
No.
It's just a story about the town hall administration and the town manager.
For Ipswich?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just for being corrupt and recorded measures of him violating civil rights and assault
Are
and
you
battery
serious?
by one. Yeah, 100% serious. All on video.
Oh.
One of his.
I'm not, I wouldn't say they violate my civil rights, but I'm trying to get a building permit now that's been like having open heart surgery.
I can only imagine. Is this it?
So that's the next agenda. It
Okay.
looks like tomorrow.
Well, good luck, sir, on getting that done. It's when? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yep, that's their agenda.
Okay. Perfect. Starts at 7 o'clock. And where is that? Where is that held?
It should be listed on there. On the
Oh, it is. It is. Yep. Meeting room A. Perfect.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Excellent. So, that's perfect. Thank you so much, Gail.
Thank you, Bill.
That's you.
I feel like she's gonna be able to.
That was you. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
And you did grab my friend.
Don't touch him. That could be.
You're making me really uncomfortable because I made a request.
Oh, I thought she never. Thank you, Gail. I appreciate your help today.
Oh yeah, she did leave.
Kind of dispirited
Yeah.
thought of life and people, you know what I mean? It's like, does everybody and their mother lie that's in power? You gotta ask yourself this, people. You know, you see the videos, you know? Video don't lie. Video
Yeah.
can't redact itself.
And here's the other interesting thing. So say they're saying this is like private, right? Now they can't differentiate between letting, for example, like this gentleman in, but then not let us in because we have a camera. It's a public forum.
Right. Yep.
So they can't discriminate against one person over the other based on the fact that they're exercising their
absolutely
rights.
would be discrimination
Yeah.
due to a camera.
Yeah.
You can go in there.
No, I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't let them go in. They just said it's private information. You can't go in there.
No, I'm waiting for her to come back.
Oh, okay,
I
gotcha.
can go in. And she's
Oh, she said you
taking
can go
care of
in.
a person that.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So we can't go in because we have a camera, I guess? I should get clarification on that. That'd be good to know. I'm gonna get this filed tomorrow. No BS, I'm gonna sue this town. Doing pretty good with the whole lawsuit. All right, so let me see if I can go. I'm gonna see if I can find her.
Yeah, whatever. No hurry. Thank you.
No.
Okay, bye now.
Maybe she's waiting up there. She up there?
On these doors?
No, they put them up after I was
After
in.
you left? Wow.
Yeah, it's open to the public. Perfect.
Hi. I'm gonna take care of these gentlemen.
That's fine. You can't exclude someone because they have
I know,
a
but I
camera.
don't want you to.
Doesn't matter. It's an open public forum now. Don't close the door on me.
Wow, you see that assault? That's the second assault from this lady, and she still wants it.
Let's open this door. So this is open to the public then. So this.
Right, it's open to the public, but you can't record here because of the presence of confidential.
Okay, so then that's what I.
You can do this if you
Okay,
want.
no, you haven't said it the way. So if I don't have a camera, let me finish, man. Okay, so that's what I want. I want to make sure you don't try and make something up. I'm saying if I don't have a camera,
Correct.
this is open to me. It's publicly accessible as long as I don't bring in my camera.
Correct.
Okay, you understand? You can't do that. It's like telling me I can't come in if I wear a cross.
That's not
You can't. It's the First Amendment. It's
I've got a phone with a camera on it, but I'm not using the camera, so I came in.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So you understand, like.
Yes, no, but there's also protections for when you're recording images that could be confidential information. You can get you can get it on the video. You can
Listen,
freeze frame it.
Not dispersing
I did the
information.
same seminar as
Listen,
you.
last time I came in here, one of the computers was showing, and what did I do? I blurred it out because I was the one that was in here last
I
time.
was at the same seminar you were. All I'm telling you is you can't record here. You hallways and meeting rooms, just like the sign says. We clearly posted the signs.
Listen, so the only case law, and I looked it up that protects this, is Myers versus Social Security Administration, where the Social Security Administration pleads the case that there is such an abundance of protected information that no reasonable person could expect that with the camera present, that information could be kept private, secure, and protected. Thus, you cannot film in the Social Security office because you and her, and regardless of how much staff you had, couldn't reasonably protect the information in that office. That is not the case here, okay? You have a computer screen that's closed off facing each other that we're not filming. We specifically came here to speak to you about an incident at a library, and you treated me based off assertions that I think you might have towards some other people. Because even when we had an issue with her last time, I was nothing but polite and
Sir,
cordial
you've
to
made
her.
your point. If you're gonna file litigation to challenge this, please do so, but I'm trying to conduct public business.
I understand, sir,
a
and as
private
were we.
matter with this gentleman.
Right.
As were
what
we.
you can't do is disrupt the other members of
So are you
business.
are you handling my records request? That's why we came here.
I haven't received it from over them there yet. Depends on what it says. Depends
Okay,
what
so
you're asking for.
that was my question. That's why I came here. They're the library. I did a records request with them. Do you manage the handling of that records request, or is it specifically kept in house? Because they told me to come here specifically and speak to you.
Okay, so eventually it may make its way to my desk. I'm not sure. It depends on what the request is.
Okay, that's all it had to be, man. I didn't come in here giving you a hard time. How many videos have you watched where you thought I was someone I wasn't? Where you treated me based off somebody else's
So I'm
actions?
gonna move on. Dan. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, listen, you gotta get these signs down. This is not a private place. Absolutely not.
I'll take that under advisement.
It's
Thanks.
not an advisement. I'm gonna come back here every day and come in this office and film. So, I'm not sure how this private office I couldn't film in worked out. It's like telling someone if they wear a cross around their neck, they can't come in and film. They can't come in and practice religion. Ridiculous. Joe will speak at the select meeting.
Look at him. He's in there shaking his head because I'm going through the window right here, and he's like this. Are you kidding me, bro? What,
Unreal.
ask him what I get filmed. Do I have to go across the street outside?
Excuse me, sir, do you work here in this facility?
I'm the veteran service officer. Yeah.
You're a veteran service.
Yep.
All right, man. First of all, I'm gonna pound it. My hand's kind of sweaty.
Oh, no, you're good.
I don't know if you could tell. Thank you for your
Oh, I
service.
appreciate that.
Love and appreciate everything that you've done for our freedoms. Came in here. We were told it was illegal to film. So we came here. We did a records request at the library. We were told that the town manager facilitates records for the entire subsidiary of the employees.
Okay.
So we came here. Now there's a sign on the door that says, due to sensitive information, you can't come in, it's restricted, public areas are only in the hallways.
Yep.
So we knocked on the door and asked for help for her to come out. And she said, no, you can come on in, it's open to the public. Town manager then comes out and says it is open to the public. So before he was trying to say it's a limited public forum. But now he's saying it's open to the public. It's just not open to people with cameras.
So that's out of my realm.
Well,
I'm not
but I am so upset that he would disrespect your service and so many, because that's the same as if I walked in there with a cross around my neck or a Star of David and he said, oh no, anyone can come in here, you just can't be. It's all the 5 components of the First Amendment: freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to redress your grievance, peaceably assemble. Like, you can't like take religion or press one over the other and say that someone, because that's protected class. So you can come in because you don't have a camera, but because you're exhibiting your civil rights, you can't come in. It's fine. You want to call the whole office limited public forum, it's non-accessible, it's open to employees only, that's fine. Even if that was the case, once you let someone in the public in, it's public access. But you can't say this is a public office, but we're not going to come in, let you in because you're filming. That's certainly not what you fought for.
Yeah, I don't know honestly what is going on over here. I'm just checking my mail, but no, I can ask and see what is going on.
Well, I mean, I just think it's important because you're a veteran. Like, you fought for these rights. He's not even saying that this is a private office. He's saying that we can't go in just because we have cameras. This veteran's looking into it.
This guy comes out, the town manager, we never even said a word, okay? He come out blazing guns saying, oh,
They're First Amendment trolls.
Wow! First Amendment troll, YouTube trolls, that's what he said.
There he is. Let him deal with this. So now we can. So here's the thing, though. This is not employees only. Anyone can go in there. It's only not open to people with cameras.
That's not okay.
No.
I don't have a camera.
No, help yourself.
YouTube troll?
Help yourself.
Hey, am I welcome?
Sure.
I don't have a camera though.
Well, now
But,
is she
like,
welcome?
I
If she
am a
takes
First
this?
Amendment civil rights activist.
This gentleman.
Which part of the First Amendment are we activating on?
What I'm trying
Well,
to figure out is why is this not public?
Thank you for your service. Can you tell me what he said?
Huh?
Can you tell me what he said?
So that's honestly, I didn't go in there in a meeting, so I didn't even get to talk to them. I just grabbed my mail, but I'm sure they will get an answer for you.
We appreciate your service, man.
No, thank you.
And then we got this guy in.
I'm recording right now. I'm just trying to
No,
figure
I'm
out
saying,
how is
if I'm in here conducting business,
Why are you
what?
yelling at me, sir?
I'm not yelling.
You're not.
No. If I was yelling, you'd know it.
You got some bass in your
I
voice
just have a
there.
voice that carries.
It's a New England thing. I tell you, it's a New England thing.
Whatever.
He can talk to me how he's talking to me, which is your right to do so. But
Maybe end up
people
losing my
cannot
voice.
use their rights.
Get some throat medicine, cough medicine.
Not around confidential information.
There's nothing confidential here.
You don't know that.
So-
And no one's zooming in on private
But
information,
they
sir.
could, and that's
Sir.
It's not like
What
what
is
is
it
out
you
and what's
do?
not out.
This could have been a great
What is- it's
conversation.
not-
What is it
Let
that
me
you
answer
do
my
here?
question. Let me answer the question
I don't
first.
need to know. What is it that you do here?
Okay, first of all, we
What
already
is
had this
it that you
conversation.
do
I was
here?
with the cameras.
No, I got a camera. I'm protected class. You can't tell me to get out because I have a camera. If this is an
That is-
employees
Oh
only
my
area.
God. Okay, so
So,
What is it that you do here?
I have
after you, young lady.
That's a shame. Okay.
Why is that?
Because you don't know how to.
Sir, listen. Here's what I'm saying, right? You just, and then he walks away. Like, only if you have a camera, you can't come in this office.
These are the people we got running towns. Now, one of the guy that said he's been trying to get a permit forever, it's like pulling teeth, doing surgery. That's why, because he's dealing with that BS right there.
And,
You know?
and rest assured, the only reason why I didn't go in there is because with my cameras, because I didn't have it open when I came in here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm just a free American. And so are the two of you. The same right that give me the ability to walk in there are the same rights you guys have.
No, we got cameras, so our lights are gone.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Only by him, you know. He pushes.
I asked him.
Swing the door on, and it's gonna be.
I asked him what it was that he does here. He said he's the town manager. I said, that's a shame. He goes, why? I said, because you don't know how to turn it off. And that's when he stormed off and walked away and shut the door.
I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. All right, guys. No. Maybe the PD can help me understand what type of law we're talking about here. The law that prohibits only people with cameras from coming in a public space. I'd like to go figure out, And there must be a new law in effect that the PD can inform me. So I'm gonna head over there.
See that sign right there?
Now we're at the PD. Where's the entrance to this place? Handicapped only, not this one. Gotta go around. This way, I think. I think it's right up front. Oh, here we go.
That's right.
How's it going? Yeah, I just need to speak to an officer or supervisor. I got a couple questions I just need to ask. Thank you. Cold day. Yeah, it is.
I think now you gotta explain to the public that get involved with the videos, you know, how the onus is on them to protect private information.
Oh yeah.
You know?
That guy.
Well, we know our part is, if we get something personal on the screen and we post it on YouTube, they're coming after us, so we're not gonna be that stupid and do something like
Well,
that.
regardless, there's nothing. It's on
not
that
that's not what we're out there trying to do.
to say that this is open to the public as long as you shut off your camera.
Yeah. Should put that
That's
sign up, and that would be
nuts.
the appropriate sign to have there.
No, but
They can
that's
record all of
nuts.
our
That's
private information.
that is so highly illegal.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Well, what's crazy is like then one of the guys that was in there like conducting some sort of business then got mad at me because I
And
said
started
why.
raising his voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he says, well, it's my private information that I don't want you getting on camera. And I was like, no one's filming your private information, dude. Like, no one's thinking that highly of you in the first place to like try and get any of that stuff. Like, this is not for you.
I'm gonna start using that saying, you're not Trump. Nobody wants your personal information.
Oh, hey, sorry, I was making a quick call. Lieutenant, how are you today?
Good, how you doing?
Good, thanks. So have you ever heard somebody in a public building say this office is open to the public unless you have a camera?
What office?
Like all the offices at Town Hall. They told me that the offices. So first is a.
Well, I think, unfortunately at Town Hall, they don't necessarily have private. They're off the places that people are allowed to come into. It's kind of an old building.
Right, so they have these signs on the door that says there's private information. So the hallways and basically everything except the personal offices is public.
I think the problem is I think some of the personal offices are also like areas where they only can have people meet because they don't.
Right, so I knocked on
kind of a
the
tough situation.
confused with the phone with the sign.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing this a little bit.
Yeah.
I knocked and I said, it says it's private. And she goes, oh, no, that's his office. It's public. You can come on in. So I come in, I have my camera, and I'm there to do a public records request to make sure that my records request from the library was forwarded to them appropriately. Because the library tells me that they manage those records and the process of the records. Town manager comes out, and despite him looking as stupid, he just comes out, he starts yelling at us that we're YouTube trolls, which is fine. I don't care about that. Then he goes on to tell me that we have to leave because we have cameras. If we want to leave our cameras outside, we can be in the office. And I said, I just want to clarify. This is a public office. It's open to the public. Yes. So you're telling me I can't come into a public office only based on the fact that I'm filming? He says, yes. I was like, so what are you going to tell me? If you don't like Catholics or Jews and I come in with Catholic or Jewish jewelry, then I can't come in? Like, they're all covered in the component. It's a protected class. You can say that this is an employee-only area and no public is allowed in it.
Where you were in the office, but you know, if it's
The
a
public area of the
Well, let me, because it just, like, I've seen a lot of things, like, and I always tell them, just mark it employee access only. There's a line outside, and
I mean, unfortunately, I'm not the town manager's boss.
No, I get,
Selectman is, so.
I get that, but
you are law
You work for the
enforcement.
people.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you have a complaint with, like, how he does his business, the select board.
well, I more so came here because obviously you got bars. You've been doing this for a little bit. Have you ever, like, if something is employees only, they have the right to restrict our movement into those areas. If it's an employee area and they invite members of the public into it, there's a strong case law argument that now they've converted that non-public forum.
Like me telling you to leave the lobby, right? Like,
Exactly, but that's my point. So I just, like, as a law enforcement officer, my question is more so, like, as a cop, like, have you ever seen anything like that before? Like, you can't, it's open to the public, you just can't come in because you're practicing your civil rights.
yeah, no.
It's like,
That sounds nuts, right?
it's like, and I use that, like, example, like, and I didn't do it lightly. Like, if I came in with a cross or, you know, religious jewelry, okay, and you told me that I couldn't come in because of that, it'd be a much different reason. All components of the First Amendment, right? Like, I guess I've been doing this for a long time. Never seen that. And then for him to say, oh, like, you're trespassing, I'm like, listen, buddy. So now you're trespassing me from a public place, and then she says, yeah, can I come in? He goes, of course, you don't have a camera.
Yeah. I didn't at the time, because I just didn't.
I just, like, I also wanted to say, I'm sorry that you got to deal with
The
that.
guy that was standing at the counter
That's
went off of his actions.
S22.
Is it a phone or is it
I mean,
camera?
It's a phone. It's got an incredible camera. No, it's an Android. It's the new version.
Yeah.
Try carrying it in your pocket. I got a clip for it. I put it on my belt. You know, have any idea how many times I have to worry about, you know, indecent exposure because it drags my pants down?
He brings up a good point too, because of the town manager's behavior and his actions towards me and his unlawful response to me. Then all of a sudden, the man that was standing right there, which is, he's in his right to have his own free speech, decided to then start yelling at me because I'm asking simple questions because he's giving unlawful
She was wasting
demands.
his time.
But that's the whole point, right? Like, he's allowed to stand there and verbally, he was not disorderly. As you can see, no one's disorderly. So he's not being, he has a very different opinion, one that we highly disagree with. But that's the whole point. He's allowed to stand there and have that opinion. Like this room over here, that is obviously restricted access. If I went in there, it would have to be by invite through you, right? But if I'm in here, I mean, you're not going to be like...
So when you come in through the back way when you don't want to come in.
I've been through that way, and I don't like it. But it's certainly, you're not going to be like, hey, man, you're in here, and you got a camera, you gotta go. So I wanted to see if whoever was on duty had ever seen anything like that before.
All right.
So, how's the select board from your experience? Are they decent with hearing people's?
Yeah, they do.
There's one tomorrow.
Citizen queries on Monday nights.
Okay.
I don't know if it's every Monday or every other Monday, but it's on the
Tuesday,
website.
but there is one.
I think this is all right. Well, then I'm gonna head down there and see if we can speak to them. I just wanted to ask somebody.
They only meet at night. They're part time. So.
Yeah, but I think there's a meeting tomorrow. Like they gave me a schedule, and it starts at like 7:01 or something.
Oh, yeah, I don't know their schedule.
I'll check online. Okay. All right, LT. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Guys.
You too.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
You two things. So here's some.
After you, my friend. After you.
Yeah, these steps are dangerous right there. That little tiny step.
I gotta tell you something. You know it's.
2-inch step.
Oh, I know. You know it's crazy, guys. when the police, and this is why I did it. There's a method to my madness. Like, why are you going to the police station? There's nothing the police can do for you in this situation. I'm not looking for them to do anything because, and I'm not giving a complaint to a cop. Here, my question is like, is we the people like hold these police very accountable. So if we think police are the most dangerous people in America, and even those most dangerous people in America say that makes no sense, then you got to be doing something real wrong.
Yep.
Real wrong.
That town manager was a real Richard.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing that by the president.
All right, subscribe to MAA Audit, subscribe to formerly Bananarana, and now Accountability Amplified. We're gonna call it a day after that one, grab something to eat, head on home, and that's the reason I stopped you today. Folks, and neither I nor we did this alone whatsoever at any point in time. I knew that a lot of people needed to be involved in this to make sure we held this municipality accountable. And some of the people that you're going to see in this video that you need to go subscribe to are CMGA, the Public's Watchdog, John Denicola, MAA Audit, and Accountability Amplified, formerly known as Bananarana. So make sure you go to them, subscribe, and tell them Accountability for All sent you. It should also be noted that everything was going fine, and meeting was about to start on time, until the powers that be realized we were there. Then all of a sudden there were technical difficulties, and public comment was going to have to be saved for last, at the end of a 2-hour meeting. It's funny, it's really incredible that I told them that the most important thing that was happening was the people's rights, and regardless of the order of things, I needed to speak first. As soon as I said that, miraculously, there were no more technical difficulties and the meeting was ready to roll. What's up? We're at the Ipswich Town Hall going to the meeting. John Denicola's on his way. We have MAA Audit, and we also have CMGA, the People's Watchdog. So we're gonna redress here tonight. They got these signs that say it's illegal to film inside their facility. Everyone's welcome. It's publicly accessible unless you're filming. And if you're filming, you don't have rights. So we're gonna head inside. We got some stuff to tell them. Let's head in. Every single office, they say that because of security and privacy reasons, all public business has to be done in the hallway. Wait, what is that about? I'm not sure. They say no, that's just those signs. Those signs are basically standing policy, a standing guard to keep activists out. And then the town manager, multiple times, you saw in the video today, he states that it's open to the public, it's publicly accessible, unless you have a camera. We're not big fans of that.
Going to the meeting with the town manager?
Yes. After you, sir, please. Oh, you are?
Thank you.
After you, my friend. Okay.
How you doing?
Sure, it won't be last. See what tonight's meeting is. Stephen Crane is the name of the town manager.
I guess we'll follow him. You know where he's going on?
Yep.
Oh, okay. And what time do they come in?
7 o'clock.
And folks can ask questions and stuff?
Yeah.
Sure, Steve's not going to get excited.
It was his way. I went. And then it was nice to be able to share some with people who might not otherwise know. Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right.
Pledge of Allegiance, home announcements, citizen queries.
CMGA, Accountability for All, MAA Audits.
right in there. There he is, right in there. Pink shirt.
Oh yeah, that sure is him.
Yeah. Pink shirt.
How you doing?
He said YouTube troll too.
Yeah, YouTube troll.
Yeah.
You noticed something? Well, I noticed.
Apparently we're not regular people. I didn't know regular people, like apparently we're just trolls, right? Like, don't YouTube trolls just stay in their homes? They don't come to a town hall, right? Okay, just making sure. We're very real people. I think that's what it is that he doesn't like so much. I think that's what it is that he doesn't like so much, is that we're very real people.
Don't steal my water.
You can tell because he's scurrying and he's pointing and stuff. He really should learn not to talk with his hands, because by doing so, he's like totally making it known that he's talking about the trolls that shouldn't exist, right? He wiped away those boogies. Josh, he wiped away the boogies. Yeah. I'm gonna walk over this.
Hopefully they don't have video to back up their claims. I'm real good. I'm Gucci with my 200,000 plus data.
Hello?
Can you open this up for me? That's
Since we got a second. this is running, this is live. So just before
Mike Doherty.
Josh.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet
Mike
you.
Doherty.
This
Anna.
is,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
my
you.
friend and I were here yesterday. I'm not
Mike
sure if
Doherty.
you heard about what happened.
Not quite.
Okay, so bridges passed, right? About
Sure.
a year ago, I came in. I believe her name is Leah.
Okay.
Got it.
She was unaware we were allowed to film.
Okay.
She got kind of iffy about it.
Okay.
She wound up grabbing us by the wrist, trying to drag us out.
Okay.
Didn't pursue charges. Didn't come to town meetings.
Gotcha.
Left it at that.
Okay.
Went to the library yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Total rude behavior from the staff there. Didn't understand where it came from. Now I kind of do. So we come here, and on the sign on the door it said, "We want to make sure our records request got here." So the sign says, "Due to the presence of confidential information, only hallways and meeting rooms are public spaces." So I knocked on the door, and she said, "Come on in." I said, "Well, I want to make sure it's not employee area only. It says no one can come in." She goes, "Oh no, this is open to the public."
Okay.
So I came inside. The first thing Steve said to me when he came out was, "We had to shut our cameras off. We are, it's on video, and I quote, First Amendment trolls, YouTube trolls, foolish constitutional trolls, scum and assholes, who are only here to get clicks and views from people." If that was my goal, he certainly helped me achieve it. He then began to explain to me that that room is open to the public. It's totally publicly accessible. It has to be because they don't have windows, like service windows. But I was not allowed to come in because I was filming. And I said very clearly, so you're saying this is a publicly accessible room, open to the public, but I'm being refused entry and service solely because of the fact that I'm holding a camera and engaging in my constitutional rights. He said yes. Now, we got a much different problem if we walk in and I'm wearing a cross and he says, "Oh, I don't like that cross, you gotta leave," or "I don't like the color of your skin, you gotta leave." Huge problem.
Right. Sure.
There's a huge issue with that, and it doesn't take, and I'm a little bit different. I come in, very nice. Firstly, if it was a private area, limited public forum, the moment he invites other members of the public into that area, he's now converted it from limited public to public. But that's not the question. He's saying we can't come in because we're practicing our civil rights.
Sure.
It's a violation of our constitutional rights, so that's why we came here today.
Okay, so I can certainly have a conversation with Stephen. I usually meet with him monthly on various topics regarding the town. Obviously, as select board members, we're not something that is here on a day-to-day basis. We do more of a part-time capacity. I try to do a little more than that because that's why we get elected, right? But it's certainly something that I can bring up in conversation with
Because
him
we're
to
gonna
get his
speak
side of
at
the story.
the public comments tonight.
Sure. Under
Just to let
citizen
you know,
queries.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
don't plan on swearing, don't plan on being
Sure.
a jerk. I could be.
We appreciate that.
But I wanna keep it very
Yeah.
professional. How long we have, about 3 minutes, they said on the phone?
Just about, yeah.
Okay, I kept it at 2:50.
Beautiful.
Concise to the point.
Beautiful.
Do you think ever any of the public employees that are being paid a great deal of money to represent the citizens of this great town should be calling people names like assholes, trolls?
You know, we all know that technically, it's a free country. You can call people, generally speaking, what you want in a sense, but I think that people in general, no matter who you are, an employee, an elected official, a citizen, Joe Schmo, from here, not from here, we should try to use polite language at all times.
But when you're a public employee, like that kind
There's an
of,
extra
there's
benchmark,
a
of course.
boundary,
So
yeah.
of course we want to behave actually like we behave, very polite, concise, not cussing.
Well, I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. I
Did
don't want
he
to.
not tell you about it?
He told us that there was an incident that he was going to get into further explanation on.
Yeah, I'm going to show you before they
So,
start.
so actually, I want to fill up my water,
Oh,
and then
okay.
I
I'll
don't
meet
want
you in there.
to. I don't want to be late. Okay,
Okay,
so I am going to hear
No
what you
worries.
guys have to say during citizens'
Alright.
queries.
Thanks
I
for
appreciate
listening
you
to
bringing this
us
my attention.
before, too.
I am
Thank
going to let
you.
you know, I'm prepared to not sue. When I
appreciate
leave
that.
tonight, these signs can be down, and we're moving forward, no problem.
Gotcha.
If not, notice, I already spoke to my attorney, it's a civil rights lawsuit. I get to sue him, the municipality for the negligent supervision of him, and then I get to sue in US District Court for the violation of my rights. I don't wanna do that because it comes from who? The taxpayers.
Right.
So as long as we get those signs down because they're illegal, then I'm willing to not pursue in court.
And what was your first name again?
Josh.
Josh. Mike. All right.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
This lady's been like hovering, so good thing she heard the conversation.
Yeah, those signs, we're gonna get those signs down.
I just never pay attention, as you know from yesterday.
No, yes, not the paparazzi. I wish I was in LA.
Excuse me, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not used to this thing yet. I'm just gonna walk in front of you. Sorry, I'm trying to get your
voice on the thing. You gotta tell me when to walk away so I can shadow you.
In the meantime, I guess like the only thing we can do is just like keep this stalling and just like wait until we can fix it.
So we could go forward with the meeting, change the order of the agenda. Right, because I think the most pressing thing would be if you have Gary's answers, right, to the Whittier questions on record if we can. So maybe change the order of the agenda.
Yeah, we do that. So when is your manager coming?
He should be like 10 minutes away. He's over there on like High Street.
So we can change the agenda and some other things that are not so important.
Okay.
We have to
No, all right, well, let's change the order of the agenda.
I mean, the audience doesn't need to connect with, especially on Whittier, because it's sitting there, they're relying on the recording. Yeah, no, I agree, let's put that off.
I say we put, okay, I'll let Gary know. Okay, I'll change the order.
Anything we can do, just let us know.
You said that the
got it.
things
Well,
that
in the
are
meantime,
less.
You said you'll be here about 10 minutes?
Yeah, no, the things that are most.
Good luck, and hopefully I'll have you guys on the air in like less than 15 minutes. I'm sure it's something simple, and I just can't get it done.
Yeah, it's always that one Swift, right? So.
Yes, exactly.
I appreciate it, thank you.
Are they putting off public comment?
Uh,
They wanna move that around, right?
Yeah, I don't know, so I'm not the chair, so I don't control the agenda, but how
I would suggest that we get to say our piece and then leave, or else we're gonna be here the whole time. And it's just gonna get exceedingly worse, because the most important thing is that the people's rights in this building are defended.
All right, let me,
So we could just, I'm like 3 minutes, I think he's got 1 or 2, we'll be in and out. We're not waiting, because they're playing glitches.
Well, the IT guy actually said that it wasn't gonna be more than 15 minutes and he'd figure it out, so. I'm just not getting used to this.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like they're making more of a big deal of it than it actually is. United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Unless Steve gets a hold of it.
Welcome everybody, Finance Committee, and here in the meeting tonight. Just a couple of quick things. We will have citizen queries, but citizen queries will be limited in duration to 2 minutes and must address a topic that we're not otherwise covering tonight. The 3 boards, the school committee, board of select board, and the finance committee get together several times a year to discuss our mutual interests that we're working on together. So this is our fall meeting, and have a rather long agenda to get through. So let me just start by asking for any citizens queries tonight. Please step up to the microphone and identify.
Since your audio is not working, can I have the microphone, please? Since your audio's not working, can I,
Please
what?
identify yourself for the record.
Audio's working.
Audio's working, you guys are good to go.
Oh, it's working now, okay, all right. So Paul Kellabon, new resident, been here 5 months on Bell Street. And I have 4 topics that I want to cover, so I know there's a 3-minute limit. So, what's that? What?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, says 3 minutes.
I'm telling you, I'm the chair. 2 minutes. Please go ahead.
2 minutes, so I'm gonna ask you these 4 things, and then you can take whatever you want to do with your 2 minutes, which is ridiculous. So, on the Whittier thing, I want to know, because it's on the agenda, what the new cost.
Excuse me, you may not have heard when the audio was not working, but citizen queries are for things that are not on our agenda. Whittier is on our agenda, so if you wouldn't mind.
But I have a question and a comment on it.
He reclaims his time. He'll speak and then you listen. That's how the citizens work, okay?
Citizen
He'll reclaim
queries
his time. Thank you.
I can ask what's on the agenda or not on the agenda. You can't limit me.
You're taking his time.
You can't limit me to what questions I ask.
Moving on, he reclaims his time. He'll continue and you'll stop.
So, all right, I'm continuing on. Whittier.
Sorry, sir.
I want to know what the new cost per student will be based on this bad deal that we got going on with it. And I would certainly recommend that we make a motion to the board of the district to leave that district and take a vote and petition other towns, because every town around us is upset about this deal. And so if we don't take action before the vote, then we're gonna be basically a slave to a bad deal for a long time in the future. So we could petition to leave the district and have them act on that before the vote, this vote on the new school budget, because otherwise we're gonna get stuck with it, all right? And so, the other question I have is that 3A, we're talking about 3A tonight. So I want to know why we're not looking at opting out of that, because it's a bad, again, it's one of those things that's a bad deal for the town. It's going to cost us a lot of money. I believe we have the option to opt out, and I want to know whether we're going to be looking at that option and the costs of that, because again, it's going to cost us a lot of money to conform to that, and I believe we still have a home rule opt-out for 3A. 3 is Bruni. So again, the town, this is a 4B thing. I haven't seen anything where we've calculated the cost for infrastructure for fire, police, anything else that has to do with this. Never mind how many new students that'll add to our school district at $18,000 a student. And I'd like to know, when you talk about that Rudy project, how we're going to cover those costs for fire, police, because there's going to be additional funds that are needed there, as well as education. So it's a losing proposition for the town if we allow that project to go forward on the scale that it is right now. And then the fourth thing I have is, I went to the planning board meeting last week, and they told me to come here and petition that we have the government study committee take a look at why we are not electing or appointing by the select board the planning board members. And so they told me that that has to come from the select board. So I'm looking at the select board. This has been up for vote twice now. It's been up for a citizen petition to have the board be elected, and then last meeting, they wanted to have a vote on it, and somebody killed the vote at the special town meeting, which was ridiculous. And so we didn't get to hear to say what the vote is. So I would like to have you guys petition the government study committee to do a study on how that board should be either elected or appointed, and give you a recommendation. Because I believe that's what you said at that meeting, at the town meeting, is that would be your recommendation, because you were the dissenting vote. So I would have to say that, if this study should move forward, you guys tabled it indefinitely. We absolutely have a lot of people in town who have an opinion about it, and nothing's being done. It's being stalled and stymied by this committee.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate your questions. I'll give, question number 1 and question number 2 are on the agenda. We'll discuss those when we get to the agenda.
Jim, why don't you
Easy to talk. Is that better? Question 1 and question 2 are on the agenda tonight. Question 3, very brief. Select board wants to address that. The Board of Appeals is considering that project, and I think that would be the place to direct your question regarding the Boone project. And with regard to the planning board, you conveyed what happened at town meeting, and it would be up to the select board to decide whether or not they want to refer that for government study commission.
And just a couple clarifying comments. The government study committee did look into the planning board a few years ago to study whether or not communities elect or appoint. not the election or appointing authority, but how other communities in town do it. And I believe the results of that review was about 50% of communities elect and 50% appoint. So they decided not to make a change. The other comment was town meeting actually voted to take no action. Not this tri-board, town meeting actually voted to take no action on it.
You're incorrect. 70% of the other towns have elected planning boards.
Well, a few years
And
ago.
the 2019 study had no recommendation from the government study committee. It was just a report. So there was no recommendation. So you're incorrect on that. 70%, so we're in the minority of towns for having an elected planning board.
Okay, great. Let's move on to our agenda. Thank you. Any other citizen queries?
By the way, I understand it's policy that if you'd like to change the
Could you
meeting agenda-
identify yourself,
Good
please?
citizen. You want to change it from 3
We
minutes to
actually need
2
a name and
minutes?
address.
By your
We need a
name.
name and
I don't
address.
have to violate my Fourth Amendment right to accuse you, but if you want to change it from 3 minutes to 2 minutes, you're going to have a second, and then you can have a discussion on it, but right now it stands as 3. I'll continue, thank you, and I won't be interrupted, I reclaim my time.
Could you identify yourself for the
Good
record, please?
citizen, good citizen, thank you.
What's your address?
None of your business. All right, Southborough has ruled on that. I don't have to give you any personal information to reclaim my time. If you'd like to stop me before I take my 3 minutes, you can change it to 2 and move for a vote. No? Moving on, thanks. The history of town and select board meetings goes back past the birth of this country. It is one of the most beautiful examples of democracy. The people's ability to provide feedback and redress their elected government. A government that is of the people, for the people, and by the people. Those people stand before you today. Over 1 year ago, the town manager's assistant told us it was illegal to film in town hall. She even grabbed us by the wrist and tried to drag us out. 1 year later, we see the behavior in the library is just as bad. We lodged a records request and followed up in the town hall to ensure they received our request. We approached the door and noticed a sign that read, "Due to the presence of confidential information, only hallways and meeting rooms are public spaces." With no assistance window, I knocked on the door and was invited in by the same woman who had assaulted us 1 year prior. We were told by the secretary that the office was in fact public. At this moment, the town manager came storming out of his office demanding we leave. We were called constitutional fools, First Amendment trolls, assholes, YouTube trolls, and scum, among other things. I continued to ask about the sign, and he practically tried to force us out of the office. Once outside, I waited in a line of about 5 people to try and get service. At this point, the town manager confirmed the office was publicly accessible and was in fact open to the public, and I was denied services and denied entry solely on the fact because I was engaged in my First Amendment right to free press. If I was refused access or service due to the color of my skin, sexuality, or practice of religion, this would be a different story. But free press is guaranteed within the 5 components of the First Amendment, as all the other previous aspects that I mentioned. You could have been refused for your right to religion. You could have been refused because of the color of your skin. And yesterday, I was refused because I had a camera. The signs admittedly by the town manager were not to protect privacy, as there is no privacy in public, but a standing safeguard should anyone with a camera ever try and come in and expose them for the poor behavior. He'd call me a constitutional fool. I call myself someone whose name is in case law, who's been featured on the front page of the Washington Post, Boston Herald, Boston Globe, Lowell Sun, and featured in primetime CNN. I've retired 3 police officers, a sitting mayor, a selectman, and soon-to-be Steve Crane. I keep my promises. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of the press, or the right of the people to peaceably assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of their grievances. Everyone respected here in Ipswich, except free speech and free press. We stand at a dangerous precipice where a town manager is the self-appointed arbiter of what freedoms guaranteed by the Constitution we the people can practice. 300 years ago, we called the man that violated, oppressed, and made illegal laws king. Today, we call him Stephen Crane. If by the end of this meeting, those signs are not removed, you're on notice. We spoke to your select person, you're on notice. You will be sued, the town will be sued, and you're going to put the taxpayers in an awful position because you wanted to say this. I don't have a camera. This is open to me. It's publicly accessible as long as I don't bring in my camera. Okay, you understand? You can't do that? It's like telling me I can't come in if I wear a cross. Shoes. Signs go down and your job goes down. And that's the end of the story. You're on notice.
Thank you. Any other citizen queries?
And shame on you, Steve Crane, for shutting my
If
face.
If you want to make a comment, please
Shame
step
on
to the
him.
microphone.
Shame
Step
on
to the
him.
microphone if you want to make a comment.
Make yourself heard.
Sir, could you identify yourself, please?
I'm a citizen of this state. That's what you need, that's what you get. I'm a little offended at the fact that we're here because this city manager is discriminating. It's selective discrimination. The fact that a camera is a problem for him and a problem for this town. There's case law in this state that he's violating, willingly violating, that's gonna open this town up to legal ramifications. I think you should check into it. You got an attorney, have him look at it. Because I know what I'm talking about. Apparently he doesn't. The fact that those signs are there, the fact that those signs are illegal, the fact that there's no mass general law behind them, no town ordinance, nothing. They're useless. They're as useless as the paper they're written on. The fact that this person can sit there and call people names, the general public, is this what you want for your town? Is this what you want your town to be noted for? Calling people assholes, scum, trolls, whatever. That's not what this is about. It's about you guys representing the people of the town, the people everywhere. The fact that he has actually had the nerve to say this stuff, to turn around and willingly discriminate against somebody because of a camera? You've got to be kidding me. This is a joke. The whole premise of checks and balances is the different forms of government, the judicial, the executive, and the legislative. He's none of those things, other than the executive, maybe. But he has no authority to be the judicial part. None. Where does he get off? Where does this town get off? How can you sit here and let somebody like that run this town and open you up to civil liability? It's a major problem for you folks. And you need to address that. And you need to address him. Because clearly, he doesn't understand the law. There's no question about it. There's case law that came out in this state. Numerous case law that's come out in this state that says not only that we can record our government officials, but we can secretly record them. Apparently, he hasn't read that law yet. I know I have. So I think that this board should take a serious look at the person they got running this town and maybe reconsider who's running it.
Thank you, sir. Any other citizen queries?
I came in here yesterday. I was not
Identify
actually,
yourself for the record, please.
I will not give up my Fourth Amendment. I came in here yesterday. I wasn't even holding a camera. I was having a conversation with you. I said, it's a shame that you work for the people. And you said, why is that? I said, because you don't know how to do your job. And you slammed a door in my face. Shame on you.
Any additional citizen queries?
Coming up.
Any other citizen queries?
How you doing? I'm here to address the same
Identify
reason.
yourself, please, for the record.
Freedom fighter. On Stephen, the town guy that runs this place, very, very rude. I was also involved in yesterday's incident, and I told him what I thought of it, and now all you people know. Like he said, you're on notice. I hope you do the right thing. And one of them is getting rid of this guy, because he's not worth the money, for one, that we spend for taxes on him, and then you guys want to back him up. So, I don't know, maybe it goes beyond him. We'll find out, because I'm gonna be around here for a little while.
Every day. I'll be in your building every day.
Any other citizen queries? Hearing none, we're gonna go to item number 4 on the agenda, which is the Whittier Vocational Technical High School Building Project Update.
Pardon me, sir.
Sarah, do you wanna lead this one off?
So tonight we have Gary James, who is the Ipswich rep to the Whittier School District for us. He's also, I believe, the chair of the building committee, the Whittier Building Committee. So the tri-board submitted some questions to Gary for him to address tonight, and there might be other questions here. Gary, I think you have some other staff with you, is that true?
Yes, yes I do.
Can you just identify yourself, Gary, and the staff?
Yes, my name is Gary, with 2 R's. Last name is James, J-A-M-E-S. And I do live in Ipswich. And I have a statement first and I'm going to read. As I said, my name is Gary James. I am an Ipswich resident. You have to pardon me, I have some medical issues going on, so my voice is very shaky, but I'll do as best as I can. I was elected in April of this year to become the chair of the school committee. And I'm also on the school building committee, as well as 2 people I have with me tonight. Chris McCannis, who is principal / assistant superintendent, and Patty Lowell, who is also on the school building committee with me. Just to familiarize yourself a little bit with me, I also worked at Whittier for over 16 years as a guidance counselor. And during that time, I helped many
We'll see how many slides they gotta take down. You guys gonna stay right here or no?
I'm just shadowing you.
Listen to that thing, man, that would knock you out. What you got in that jacket? You'll never know. Unless I, the lounge. We have one.
That's the sign.
This is open to the public during business hours.
That's the sign.
How's it going, friend? How long have you worked here at the Ipswich? 4.5 years. And this is the public office, so people come in, right? Did you know that town manager's putting up those signs? He's letting anybody in his office of the public, except if you have a camera. Do you know that? No. So, did you serve in the military? You did. You had that look about you. Thank you for your service. I'm pretty good at telling. Now, you were brave, and you fought for our constitutional rights. You swore an oath to defend the Constitution and the great people of these United States, didn't you?
Yes.
And one of those things that you fought for was the First Amendment, right? The right of the people to peaceably assemble, free press, to redress your grievances. One of those things is freedom of the press, freedom of religion, right? So, if the town manager told me I couldn't come in this office because I was Catholic, would he be violating my rights, do you think?
I think you would have been violating your rights anyway, because this office is open to the public. It has to be, because the people that are in this office.
That's a good man right there. He knows more than the
I'd like to thank you
town
for
manager.
defending our Constitution then. I'd like you to thank you for defending our Constitution now, because your town manager did this. And I just want you to see the gentleman that you're working for. We were refused service and entry and access to this building.
Is your ad telling me who you are?
Yes, sir. Accountability for all.
Town hall video camera. No public
So-
spaces can be filmed. It's open to the public. Anyone can enter unless you're exercising your rights. Saying if I don't have a camera, this is open to me. It's publicly accessible as long as I don't bring in my camera. Okay, do you understand? You can't do that. It's like telling me I can't commit if I wear a cross. The town hall video.
So he'd be violating my rights then, wouldn't he, when he said that?
I would think so.
Yeah. Well, you know
Not
what?
knowing enough about the specific circumstance, I really am silly to respond.
I'd be worried.
What
And
I
you don't
would
have
say,
to.
what I would say is that if it's a building that is a public government entity, it is open to the public. It is not open to the public in the finance, in the treasurer's office, it isn't open to me. So there are some restrictions, and there has to be that understood.
Of course.
And here is the crux of all of the problems that you'll see.
We understand that too, like some places it might say employees only, and we understand that we can't go in those employee designated areas. But for somebody to tell me that I can't come in here because I'm holding this, or that someone can't come in here because of the color of their skin, or because of their sexuality, or of how they practice their free speech, that is a huge problem. I thank you for your service, and I think it's he that should be cleaning up after you, because plenty of folks are now going to try to clean up after his mess. So again, I can't thank you enough for your service to this country.
Here's a thing that I've found over my years that is optimum importance. Certain circumstances will tend to bend certain things in a direction or away from a direction, so that there is not an absolute. So when I think of something, I think of it as outside the absolution focal point, and see if there is a gray area that is in fact valid. But I'm not standing up and shouting to the crowd that this is my philosophy and it should be somebody else's.
Some of the best philosophers weren't heard until after their voices were gone.
Oh yeah.
I think it's great. I am not going to, because of people like you that have fought, died, bled, sweat, tears, been fighting out there for our rights, to come into a public building to have some asshole getting paid $240,000 a year tell me or anybody else in this state or in this country that our rights don't matter. Because if you go to Arlington National Cemetery or the thousands of cemeteries across the country that are dedicated to military personnel, KIA or after, they didn't die for him to be an asshole. They died for people to be brave, not for him to be a coward. So I can tell you one thing, those signs are gonna come down. I gave them to the end of the night, or he's gonna be out of a job.
Well, and I thank God that there's no actual gray area in the Constitution. It is very, very
Unfortunately,
specific.
there are those that think there are gray areas everywhere. I know there are gray areas some places.
Yeah, but not on the Constitution. It's very specific.
Right.
It's specific, but the problem with the Constitution now is that it is being challenged by people who believe there is this intent.
People like Steve.
It wasn't written as intent, it was written as verbiage.
Right, and as
The
absolute.
wording is everything.
Yeah.
Do you think that you think we can get this sign down? What do you think? Take out that tack and enough with the people not being able to come into their building. What do you think? Let's get the sign down.
That you can get it down? You know what I would do?
I can take it down?
No.
Oh, I can't touch it.
I would.
Can't touch this.
No? You can touch it.
I would suggest that you allow the town manager to run his course. And his course
His course is unemployment.
No, his course is this evening, the signs have got to come down.
That's true.
That's true. You said this
give him
evening.
that. All right.
You were
perfect.
very
So I'm
specific
gonna
too.
come back
There's no
tomorrow
gray
and
area.
I'm gonna take it. You're right. I like it.
There's no
You're very-
gray area
See, I
in
need
what you
people
said.
to reel me in sometimes, because sometimes I eat so many chips I realize that I'm at the end of the bag.
He does that a lot.
I appreciate your time and thank you again for your service. This town's lucky to have you.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'll see you.
All
I'll
right,
see
you
tomorrow.
have a great night. Don't work too hard.
Count to 5 on this floor. There's 2 on one door down there.
Hey.
There's 5 of them?
You should see
The place where they really are.
the town manager came out and he like looked down the hallway, he started shaking his head again, and he was talking to whoever's in that room down there. And that
The
was it.
town manager took away time from the meeting to come out and shake his head?
Yeah, so I was like, so he was walking back in, I was like, hey, you should probably see a doctor. I was like, that shit could be bad. Could be something bad.
Well, it's interesting, that meeting is they're having that meeting because he needs to be present for it, and he takes the time away from the meeting to come out and shake his head.
Yeah, I think that's the audio room, I think, or something, but yeah, the first thing he did was shake his head before he went to that room.
Of course.
That must be, that's a town accountant, so.
So he's,
And it's interesting, zoning board doesn't have one. I mean, they must just not give, that's because the zoning board's a closet. There's nothing in there, it's just a closet in the file cabinet. Oh, look at this. Well, we're at the town hall.
That's the appeals.
And we
So
have
you got
our-
no chance of appealing what they say.
We have
It
our
says it right
activist
there.
beater.
It's a closet.
We have a Swedish-made penis enlarger.
Oh my God,
And,
that's what that is?
I thought it was. God bless the boys in blue.
Has to be good sticks.
Is John still in there?
Oh, this is
That
for-
gentleman was right on how with the police and everything.
Warren.
Hey,
Oh, Warren.
doesn't agree with your signs, man.
Oh, he's called, poor Warren. He's calling him in there.
How do you want him raised, Warren?
Yeah, you want to raise.
How's that job? What was that door on? Make
No.
that door touch me.
No, no.
He just
It's
can't
not-
control his urges,
It's
man.
not the right time. It's not the right time. The
He
purpose is
disagrees
fine.
with your stupid sign too. He served this country. You spit in his face. You know what this is? Recycle for you, because you're going to be recycling into some unemployment.
Are you a felon? Did I hear that someplace?
That's right, I am. And are
Do
you
you-
unemployed?
Congratulations.
Hey, hey, don't you have a meeting you're supposed to be in? Bye, bitch.
That shake.
So that you have it, people. He's like the rockinest egg out there, you know?
So,
I thought I would.
did the police, somebody run their name for him?
Probably.
Punk.
He's so secure in his
The
job
end of
that
the-
you don't think that
It's the end of the night.
he's touchable. One piece of crap.
After him, the city for negligent supervision of him, and I'm going after the
Shame on you.
I don't care.
Shame on you.
Find a new job, punk.
I think they're all crooked in there.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think.
That's what they all are.
They're all crooked. He's so secure in his job that he actually seems left to me.
The best thing to come up with.
Two doors down.
It's interesting how somebody else
How powerful he is.
behave like this because there's no one to challenge them. You know, that's how I'm not here for. Make sure you guys subscribe to CMGA. I'm gonna put his link in the video. Subscribe.
Killing it.
And our good buddy John Denicola. Make sure you go check him out.
They're all
guys,
killing
he drove
it.
a long way. All these guys drove a long way.
I'm
Because
killing
this
it.
is the banana. Oh, by the way, I called her banana like a bunch of times. Her name's Accountability Amplified right now, and I just can't. It's so new. I'm having trouble
You
remembering
can't
it.
stay out of AA.
I can't say. You know, like this is what it's all about, right? You know, those like telling people, even the custodian knows what your rights are. No one else does, right? Except the people, you the people that come in and do the right thing. So everyone here, appreciate you.
John Denicola.
The like button on the way out.
MAA audits.
Would really appreciate it.
CMGA.
And wait for this video to come out tomorrow. That's the reason I stopped you today.
Bye. You gonna say bye?
Bye.